nice. Very nice video.
Hello, Sofia. Today we are with Sofia Barka. She will give a webinar for us. And thank you for sharing your experience with us, Sofia. Can we know you?
Hello, everyone. I'm really glad to be here with you, talk with you today. I was talking before, but I think I was muted. So can you hear me now very well?
Yes.
Good. All right. Let's meet with each other first. My name is Sofia, as I said, and I would like to know your names as well.
Can we start from you?
Yes.
Yes. Hello. My name is Ivan. Uh, I'm from sound design.
Good. Okay.
Hi, Sofia. Nice to see you again. I'm Yıldız. I teach at the dance department with Bekir Hoca, and I'm very excited to be a part of the seminar. And I brought students from the Sound Arts and Design, so we're very happy to be here.
Cool.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
I'm also teaching with Yıldız Hoca in Arukat Dance Department. Thank you for coming again.
Hello, my name is Kennedy. I'm studying sound art and design in Arupat.
Hi, I'm Matt. I also study sound design. Those guys.
Hello, I'm Mohammed.
I think I lost.
Can you hear?
Hello? No, I'm losing your signal, I think.
Yeah, because it's too quiet.
Guys, can you
Can you
speak
hear?
a little bit louder?
Hi, I'm Mohammed. I also study sound art with others.
Okay, I didn't listen to most of you, but I think that we have a problem with the signal, probably.
Now we can hear, right?
Yes, but during the webinar, we will talk and we will repeat again our identity and our names and everything. Okay, how should we start? Maybe I should introduce myself a bit.
Yes.
I am an artist from Greece. I have been living my life in Athens since 2015. After that, I moved in Cyprus. And for the last 2 years, around 2 years, I am back to Athens, but also in Cyprus. I am active in both countries, and I'm trying to finish some of my studies. If you want to, this is also the sound delay, but the picture I think is more clear. So I have been studying in a bachelor's degree in a totally different field. I studied as a computer systems engineer in Athens. Now I'm doing a master in theatrical studies for dramaturgy and performance. I have been studying also as a musician. I am still in these studies. And I have been doing a lot of training for dance for many years, but not in an academic form, let's say. Academic level, but not academic form. It was a choice. It was a personal choice to do this at that time. And I'm a writer. I have been writing also, mostly poetry. And now I started writing somehow a bit theatrical, let's say. And I am working as many other things, as a graphic designer, wordpress, as everything. And this is also something that we will teach today. What does it mean to be an artist? To have the knowledge, to have technique, to have passion, but always being considered from the society as a hobby. Someone who's doing his hobby. do that? Because we always
It's like we are having some technical problem with sound. I can hear you. It's little bit hard to understand. Bunun
sorry.
nedir? Onun mikrofonları mı? Ha.
I
Can
am
you-
also listening my voice twice.
Ha, o da sesini 2 defa duyuyor.
Kulaklık takması lazım.
Ha.
Kendi sesi mikrofonuna geliyor. feedback
Ha.
geliyor.
Do you have a headphone?
Yes.
Your own voice coming to your mic.
Okay, give me a moment, please, to find my headphone.
Bir video daha jenerik daha geliyor.
Okay. Can you listen to me now?
Yes.
I think, yeah, your voice is much, much clearer right now.
Okay, cool.
Can
I
you
still
hear?
can hear. I still don't have, and I hear my voice twice.
Now? What about now?
Let's see. Now it's great. Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Nice. Okay. Should I repeat something of all these things, or are you good?
I think you can take little bit back, like 30 seconds, because it's so hard.
Okay, I was saying that also myself, I find difficulty to stay stable as a professional, just artist, do only art and work as an artist. And it was really hard because it is still hard, actually, because as I said, to be an artist from the society, it is considered like you're doing a hobby. It is not like a job. If you're a dancer, they don't, for example, they're asking me, what is your job? And I'm saying I'm a dancer. And they are asking twice, okay, but what are you doing as a job? And I have to answer that to survive, I'm doing many other things. But my job is to be an artist. And not just in dance, but also in many other fields. But still, it's not enough. Every time I have to ask to answer a second question, which is answering what is the real job, because art cannot be a real job. And this is something that we should talk about in general, not just in Greece, but also in Cyprus and in general in the world. To be an artist it shouldn't be considered as something very, very special. They are saying, oh, you're a special mind, you're a special. We are workers like everyone else. Yes, we have high creativity in our brain and we need some space during the day to observe the world, to observe the things, to take some space and time to find the project that we want to build or to prepare a lesson. But this is a job as well. And we need also the routine. Routine is not a bad thing for someone. It's a good thing. You feel safe inside of a routine, inside of a stable, let's say, schedule and program that you know your salary, that you know your next project, you know your colleges, your jobs. You can organize your life and still be creative and still be an artist professionally. This is something that we should, I think, fight for as a right. I don't know what is your experience. You're still students, but for example, yeah, Becky.
Like, I can totally relate. Also, like when I was growing up, when I was trying to like pursue this dream being an artist. It was always the same when they ask me like, "What is your job?" I say, "I'm a dancer." They're like, "But what is your job?"
Yes.
I'm like, "I'm a dancer. I'm dancing." It's like, "Oh, life is beautiful for you. You are dancing and you are living life." But it's not always like that. So I can totally relate.
Yes, and somehow these second questions all the time, it makes us feel like it's not enough. We are doing a lot for not being enough, not just when we work, but also when we train, the brain and the body as well. This is something that psychologically maybe sometimes can make a lot of people to quit. There are many, many people who were very talented, very creative, very great brains, but they got lost from the field of the industry of art because they couldn't survive. And they got tired, they got disappointed, and they quit. But I think that nowadays we have the tools, let's say, social media helps a lot, open calls around the world. And we should consider ourselves as professionals. Otherwise, also, we will be always in this, chasing after for chances, trying to be better, but always being um, not always, not, let's say, consider ourselves as workers like everyone else. Yeah. Yes, Yildiz.
Yeah, Sophia, I since you said it, I've been like thinking about um, that we should also consider ourselves as workers and how being an artist is treated as something very special, which is true to a certain point, but at the same time, as you say, it has this level of marginalizing the craft in a way that it's removed from society, which becomes really hard to relate to society to sustain the craft and also make money out of it, like to be able to survive.
Yes.
And this is also something came up in our last week's class. I have a philosophy class with the first year sound students and dance students, and we were talking about how do you relate to the society and how do you get to be known. So in a way, I feel like to be known is not enough, but how do we get to be known in a way that we can relate to the society so that we're needed and we're welcomed and our services are needed in a way that will also come back to us. So I kind of want to turn this into a question and open the dialogue up a little bit for the students and for us as well. How do you I want to ask you, like, how do you, as a multidisciplinary artist, you are the exact definition of multidisciplinary artist, by the way. Like, I need to say that too. How do you negotiate that identity, and like, what is your strategy to achieve that?
To be honest, thank you for the question. To be honest, I stopped negotiating. It's exactly the word that I would use. When you stop negotiating, you used it for in another way, but I will use it for my answer. When you stop negotiating, then
Wait.
Sorry, we lost you. Yeah.
Okay, I will repeat. I said, when you stop negotiating if this is a job or not, that's the time that things start coming to you professionally. People are start considering you as a professional, and there is where the things are starting having somehow, let's say, a rhythm. You start working, you feel yourself as a professional, you have been training yourself before so much, you have been giving a lot to this, and there comes a time that you're saying, okay, I will keep training myself. I never stop learning in general in life, also as a dancer, as a musician, as a whatever, as a doctor, as everything. But now I want the society to treat me as a professional. I need to have insurance, I need to have salary, I don't want to negotiate my salary for attend a project, for example, a movie, a concert, a class, or whatever. You set your boundaries somehow, you set some limits to yourself. And then things started rolling. Of course, it's not easy. That's why I said that many people are quitting. And I totally can understand it because I also quit for many years. I wasn't working. And it was also somehow a little bit painful that I didn't even want to be in touch with it. But I couldn't stop for long. I couldn't give up totally. It was coming again and again. It was coming back as a need. So the time that I decided it, after long and many times of also, let's say, considering if I should do it or not. The moment that I stopped considering and negotiating it to myself, then it happened from me to the others as well. And the fact that I am working in many fields of art, as a musician, as a dancer, a choreographer, even in the field of theater, as a writer, also as a graphic designer, it's kind of art as well. Somehow it is helping me. From one hand, it is helping me because when things are down with dance, I'm going to the other thing, somehow like that. And I put a lot of projects together. But on the other hand, it didn't let me also to focus a lot and go deeper, especially in dance, that I have been training myself for many years, more years. But I think that the answer on your question is this, and it is exactly the keys on this word, to negotiate. Another question? Anyone?
What is good?
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about, for example, after finishing your studies, how do you consider yourself in the future?
This question is for you guys.
Yes, your screen is black. Okay, you're back.
For me, I long since gave up on the idea of actually sustaining myself with art. So the profession I have in mind is teaching, actually. Right? I still do intend to release my songs, but I plan to do it as something I just want to do without expecting any financial gain. That's my resolution concerning that.
I see.
What?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I want to say that I understand you because we all have the same problem as artists. But we cannot expect salary from someone. If you are artist, no matter what you do in dance, music, acting, you need to understand that you are entrepreneur. You work only for yourself. And there is the way, like when you can quit, you can give up, you can go to work, and they pay you because they need workers. They don't need somebody like doing art. It's only your life, and if you have this dream and you need to make your own show, let's say, you need to be on your own. It's your business. It's like, it's not the problem of, for example, you can be businessman, you can create
you can open coffee shop, yeah,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it's not gonna work still, and or it gives you money or it doesn't give you money. It's about your mind. It's about how much you are commercial inside of you,
Mhm.
how you
Mhm.
can give you to people, and you need to do something specific in social media, as you said. Yeah, it can help, or some performance. What I'm trying to say is you need to go to, yeah, sorry, you need to uh, you need to be not, if you want to make money from art, the main reason is money. You need to be businessman in art. No matter what you're doing, you need to be good artist and good businessman, or you need to find somebody who is a businessman and you artist, if you don't understand, like, yes, and you need to connect with people and do business out of your art, and then you will get money. But nobody will pay you salary. It's about this. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But
I see.
to get a normal job, it's also not right, because I had this opportunity before the school. I was studying architecture, for example, like 3 years, and I had like 1 year to finish the school. But I was like, no, if even if I finish architecture as you, I can quit, but I will still come back to art. I will still, like, art needs me, not I need it. Art needs me, but I understand in the process that nobody will help you. It's only you, and you need to not thinking only as an artist. You need to also think as a businessman to make money from it. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I want to say things about, like, I also noticed, I can relate things you are saying. No one, I believe, like, no one will do that, give you money to create, because I think our societies are not that evolved that they can think that art is actually good, and we actually really need it, and we need artists to not think about money, like, freely, like, without any pressure of surviving or doing anything else. You just need to express yourself freely, and this expression will touch other people's heart that is relating with your art. Then this healing will start and continue like a butterfly effect. And I think this is, like, really important. And for countries, for institutions, I don't know, like, I think if they really understand the impact, the power, and the good that is coming from art, they should really pay artists out of nowhere. Even if you don't create, you should pay money to artists, just so the artists can freely express. That's what I believe. I know it's not going to happen, but I don't know. I totally agree also, like, you need to also think as a businessman. But when I think as a businessman, the art that I create is not, it's like commercial. It's not what
Ah,
I do. It's, this is what I do for money. Like, it's still art, but it's like people will watch and they will like it, and they will want to see again, but it will not have, like, any conceptual idea that want to uh, push push the
yeah.
concepts, the ideas in people's brain, to create little space, create a question mark to understand different people. But I also agree, no one will pay.
Hello. The thing is, there was a movie not related to music and those stuff, but there was a literature teacher, professor, and he said that like he accepted the role to have the safety of the financial safety to work on his books, but after he get that job, he didn't like has the pressure to work on his work anymore because he had like safe financial work. And the thing for like being teaching and those stuff is like I think beside that is like very honorable job, and it's like if someone is really into teaching, it's a good thing. But I think it's on some stances it's kill the passion for creation.
Mm.
And problem with like art is, there is like some arts that are like pure art, and there are some arts basically for entertainment, because these two are totally separate things. And even on like music, in history, there were like the good composers always has like some arts for entertainment, for what public demanded, and some things like for the like sake of art itself. But the problem is like in many music institutes, the thing is missing is like the business, because the as the musicians, like the only the every way that we choose for our creation to earn money basically is like investing in one new company, that is the company is ourselves. We are basically investing in ourselves, and we need to like for the has a career as a artist that creates something, we need maybe like 50% art and 50% business, like how to manage the money and how to get connect to other people for create that. And the other problem is like if we didn't want to create and like wanted a safe job, like teaching and those stuff, there was so many other options that we could choose between of them. Like I basically go into myself, my personal experience. I get a degree in biology. I work in laboratory, but that was not something that I wanted. The daily routine that was so strict that basically killed any creation. But the thing that is missing for many students is we don't get the business training that is necessary to like how to invest ourselves on ourselves, how to promote ourselves in local or in social media. And if we want to like hire someone that is like basically do the marketing for us, the problem is for many people like music already needs a lot of money for equipment, for renting a studio and those stuff. And maybe for many other arts too, for paintings you need to pay for many things. And the at the beginning the need to pay for someone to do the marketing for you is just a financial pressure for someone who want to start, that people just can't afford to do that. So that's a really big financial gap that basically keep many people from getting to like high level in not high level, even the like mid level, that people can earn daily routine money from creation arts.
Yeah,
And I don't know how we should deal with that. Thank you.
I see what you mean. Um, yes, I agree with many things of what you said. Especially, okay, it is a job, but there are jobs that they are, let's say, producing, and the main goal is the profit. So there are jobs that they are participating in the system of gaining and aiming the profit of someone's company. And there are other kind of jobs like teacher, doctor, lawyer. They are services, dancers, artists, actors, musicians. We give services. When consider that in a society that there are no money for the health field, for hospitals, for giving space to doctors, and there are no doctors, for example, and the health in the communities, in the society is so low, the level is so low, and you have to pay a private hospital in order to get well. You can consider how much less importance they give to the services of an artist. If the services of a doctor are in such a low level, the services of an artist for the society is much less. But for me, this is wrong, because we are not entertainers. It's not entertainment. This is, I don't agree with the commercial art is not an art, is something else. For me, art, and this is also the introduction maybe for the PowerPoint that I have prepared for you. For me, art, an artist is a person who reflects the times. If I don't reflect the times of now, what is happening to me, to the world, to my country, to everywhere, if I cannot reflect the times, then where is the creativity coming from? And what does it touch? And for what? Why do I create? For what reason? So commercial art, as it is seen, especially the last, I would say, 30 years, it is a bit mixed with art and the other kind of artists. And I don't believe that there is a kind of artist, a kind of art. I believe art is one. And what I'm saying is not art is one, like it is dance, it is this, it is that. The duty of an artist, of a real artist, is just to create according to the reflection of the times. Otherwise, he's living in his own world and he's an entertainer. He's dancing for having fun. Having fun, it cannot be a job. We can have fun, it's good, it's a good thing, but it's not a job. So we're living the opposite somehow. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have fun during doing your job. Of course not. You should have fun. But to consider it as something that it is enrichment, let's say, like a job of a teacher. The teacher is going to the schools and he gives his knowledge to the kids. And this has an importance. There is an importance of the existence of art, and it is not considered that much from the society. And that's why I have been working as entertainers, let's say. For me, it was difficult because I never chose to do that. I prefer to do other kind of jobs for many years, even now, when it's needed, as a waitress, as anything else, and keep the vision that I have for my job alive, and keep myself stable in this path. I don't know if you want to say something. I saw some hands going up.
I want to ask, when you say the real art is when you reflect the times. When you say time, you mean like what's happening during that time around the world or in your field, right?
Or inside you. Or
Like
inside you, psychologically. What is happening to you? What does your mind, where is your mind focusing on? If my mind is focusing on, I don't know, we are not individuals, we are part of a society. We are citizens of somewhere, of a city, of a community, smaller or bigger, it doesn't matter. So when I have some things that I am considering and I'm focusing on in my everyday life, or when my mind is being, let's say, warring for something, how can I work as an artist in something that doesn't have any meaning for me? How can you not reflect the times? This is something that Nina Simone said in one of her interviews. She said, how can you be an artist and not needing from inside you to reflect the times? And when I mean the times, is not only about the world in general, the war in the genocide in Palestine, whatever else, but your real everyday life. has this kind of problems, and this is the duty of an artist. This is my opinion for these things, and this is how it works for me. And this is also the reason that I became an artist. When I was 15 years old, I started taking some dance lessons. I went in an amateur theatrical group, and I was having fun. It was good to see myself for the first time being presented in audience, let's say, like performing, and it was the first step, and that broke this wall of being somewhere on stage and people watching you. It was in an amateur level. I was 15 years old, but still there was something missing inside me. It was like Latin dances and having fun and amateur theater group. And one day, on my 17th, I went in a theater here in Athens, and I watched a performance. It had a totally political meaning. And at that time, I said, I want to do this as a job. Then it came as a need to become a job for me. When the meaning came, when I saw this person, this choreographer, he was also the dancer of the piece, when I saw how he tried to reflect the times through the considers that he had on his mind, how he was experiencing the times. And then I said, that's the job I want to do. So it came as a need because of that, because of giving something. If you are not giving and you're just entertaining yourself through that, then I think that I don't believe that it belongs to real art. Maybe it sounds a bit strict, but I don't believe in art for art. I believe in art for people. Art is for the people, for me. And if there are no people, there is no art.
Can I give one example if it's for you considered as real art?
Yes.
For example, I have a broken heart. My girlfriend left me, or something worse happened. I don't know, and I'm
Yeah.
feeling such a pain that I cannot keep it inside anymore. I cannot deal anymore. So I need to express and take this energy out, only for myself, only for my own, only because I feel like I need to express this feeling because it's not getting out. I'm always hearing the same energy, and I create only for myself, and I don't even want people to see. I just want to do it, and I do it, and it happened. And after that this happened, I fixed it. Things that I do. So it was for a moment. It was like a meditation, and it just happened. But after, to show, to perform it, I take it to the stage.
Mhm.
When they watch, also when I perform again, maybe if this pain is gone, I will not do it the same. I will not feel the same. I will just do like an echo. This was what I was feeling, and now it's echoing, and I'm just remembering and honoring that feeling. I don't know. This does this when you watch it on the stage. Does this for you is a real art?
Of course. Of course. It came from the need to express yourself. And for example, also I'm writing. When I'm writing, I don't think about what I present, what the other person is going to read. The other person is free to read whatever he wants and to give a meaning as he or she wants. But when I am writing, the need is just to express myself. And when it comes to the hands of someone else, like your performance, for example, on stage, it is another thing. It is another piece. It became something else. But it came from a person, and it is leading to another person, to the audience. The path has many stages, and the let's say the original authentical source with what you present at the end and what the audience also gets is totally three different things. But this is how a piece is created. It comes from a need, it is getting developed. This need maybe is not here anymore, but the piece is there. And the things that you wanted to say, they are still there. And the person that is watching it can get something else. That's the freedom of art. That's the freedom of also mostly abstract, let's say, art also. Especially poetry or dance or things like that.
Karen, did you have a comment or a question?
A comment, actually.
Did you want to share? No. Yes. We have a comment from Kennedy's too.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that the other time you said that if art is commercial, it isn't really art. I wanted to add that it's possible. And I think there are a couple of artists that find a way to marry their own vision with commercial success, and they kind of find a compromise between their own concept or idea and something they can use to entertain the masses. That's all I wanted to add, actually.
Yeah. This is not an identity that I wanted to give for artists. You can be an artist and still work in the field, in a commercial field, and dance for entertainment or whatever. And maybe you would be very great on what you are doing. You are still an artist. This, no one can take this from you. And I'm not here. We are not here today to give definitions of what is art or what is not, but how you feel it. This is what I mean. This is not about giving a definition and being strict on that. But it is how I feel what the real meaning of art is. When it is just, when the goal is just the profit, like, oh, I'm going to dance there today and I have to, because I need to get this 150 euro. And that's it. There's nothing comes from inside. There's no need from your side. There's no need to express or whatever. This is not felt like an art to me. So I will try to separate it because I don't want to be sound as a as a person, strict person who is giving strict definitions to things that they don't have any definition, by the way. It is how you feel it. And even if you're just entertaining someone else, maybe from your work, from your piece, can feel that you reflect something on him. But I'm talking mostly for the goal and for the feeling of the person that is doing it. If you don't have any other comments or question, would you like to go a little bit to the presentation?
Yay!
Okay. I was saying that I'm not going to prepare something, but at the end I prepared. I was trying to put the thoughts and the inspirations that I got as an artist in order. So let me see how I can share this. Okay, share screen.
Sophia, we already have your presentation on the screen. Our IT is.
Okay. Great.
So if
Great.
you want to guide him through the slides, I think he'll skip them for you.
Okay. We can pass. We can go. Ora. To be an artist, I gave this title to the webinar, whatever that means. Let's go to the third one. So I'm saying a contemporary dance class for me is a process of personal growth and collective action. Contemporary dance is an art form with an inherently revolutionary character. It emerged from the need for freedom and personal expression as a form of resistance against the rigid structures of classical ballet. The expressive elements that were introduced brought the contemporary dancers closer to their inner world, allowing their personal movement identity to evolve with flexibility and freedom. Contemporary dance respects the human body and embraces the human concern for social and political realities. The dancer becomes attuned to the real time of their era, and this is why it is called contemporary. In Greek, the word, it means that you are synchronizing yourself. We call it synchrono. You are synchronizing yourself to the times, to the real time. It fosters bodily, there was one more, yeah. It fosters bodily self-awareness. Can we go one more back? Yeah, and action trains the memory and teaches the body to listen and to discover its own internal rhythm within the collective landscape. And let's go to the next one. Suggested topics to focus on. We already said this, but it's good to talk about them as well, to read them one more time. The concern of being an artist, exploring the critical importance of sustaining creative consciousness, as well as engaging in daily training. What are the advantages of cultivating knowledge across multiple artistic disciplines in improvisation moments? What I mean is that when you are a dancer, for example, and you are in an improvisation moment, how much it can help you if you have some knowledge from music, from theater, to know how to speak, how to use the speech, to know somehow a little bit of music. How could this help you to improvise with more flexibility and freedom? Which social and political issues activate and mobilize the bodies of dancers, especially in oppressed societies shaped by conflicts, borders, and uneven structures? How does the broader political reality shape artistic expression? And why is art often one of the most powerful languages of resistance against oppression and social injustice? What does it mean to be an artist in Cyprus, specifically, where every cultural gesture carries weight, and how can art act as a bridge, opening pathways of dialogue between the two communities of Cyprus, but also borderly? And let's go to the next. Pina Bausch. She has been one of my inspiration, of course, not just for me, for many people. There are some topics and things that she has said, not only done with her work, that I keep in my mind. And what I'm going to show you in this presentation, it's some people that I have in my path. Somehow they are leading me to follow my own path. She said, I'm not interested in how to move, but what moves them. And this is also very related with what we have been saying about what is art and what is commercial art, etc. Let's go to the next. This is about Pina Bausch. She enriched the language. She saw dance not as an art that merely imitates life through technique, but as life itself, adorned with the dancer's inner emotional world. She made clear her belief in the timeless right to express the body's voice, breaking the taboos and prejudices of her time and showing us that dance recognizes no age, but only passion. And let's go to the next. Here is some things for her. Some critics believed her performances contained a kind of ugliness. The way she was moving in dance was a bit, let's say, not a bit, a lot, somehow far away from the structure classical ballet. And that was ugliness for some critics. On the other hand, um, for some others, more perceptive critics, they saw a constantly evolving and meaningful innovation in every step that she took. Pina Bausch dared to change the classical structure and patterns followed by the choreographers of her time. She introduced dance theater to the wider dance world, combining dance with acting, mime, acrobatics, and music. Her performances often began with simple individual gestures by the dancers, each clearly expressing a specific emotion. The joyful flow of movement was deliberately set in contrast to the dramatic content of the performances, highlighting the inner psychological conflict of human emotions. This is about the piece with the sheep. It's a piece of Pina Bausch and the premiere. Her work is political because it questions power and social roles. It shows people trapped by social behaviors, hierarchies, and gender roles. It highlights human vulnerability. At a time when theater and dance often show strength, power, and control, Pina puts the fear, the awkwardness, and the need for connection at the center. And there is a video for this if you want to watch. It's a very short one, and we can talk about it later. It is on Facebook, so probably we should.
We open it.
Ah.
Mete hocam ses yok mu?
Yukarıda ekrana gidince yukarıda sağ üst, sol üst köşede.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Is the video finished for you? Because I think there is a delay to my screen. Okay. What we saw for me is definitely a collective action, a collective movement. When I see this video, I remember my first class of contemporary dance I wasn't very young. I didn't start from young age. I started when I was like 19 to 20 years old. I went in a class for advanced. There was no basic, intermediate, and advanced class at that time in my city, not that much at least. And I had a friend, she was much better, she was experienced, and she said, "Come on, you will do it, you can do it, you will try. This is how we all start." And I entered to a very small studio with around 60 people. Everyone was professional or student or whatever, but still they had knowledge. And the teacher was showing and everyone was repeating, and then the music was coming and we were performing. That was it. No, not too much explanation, not too much guidance, how to do it, etc. So I was like swimming in deep waters. It was my first class. And I realized the meaning of synchronizing yourself with the others, connecting yourself, connecting with yourself, with the others, but also with the space. Otherwise, I would have been kicked or punched by accident from someone. We were in a very, 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 very small studio, around 60 people, as I said, dancing all together, trying to synchronize, trying to catch also the movement, try also to not get injured. And there it is that I realized how much powerful it is when I finally could reach the level of them and I could synchronize myself, how powerful it felt to me, and as a picture as well, when more than one body, more than two bodies, let's say, they are synchronizing together. For example, you will see in performances, if someone is doing something very simple, like raising the hand and going down, raising the hand and going, something very simple. When it is coming out from two people synchronized, the picture becomes so much more powerful than when you're doing it by yourself. So this is what I am focusing on, the collective part of contemporary dance, of dance in general. I don't know if you have something to say about this because I don't see your screen. Yes.
What you mentioned about synchronizing yourself and the example you gave from the class that you took, I think that's, I wanted to ponder on that a little bit, because to me, what you're talking about is not just like syncing yourself with them as a technical level or something, which is not possible at that time because you're just starting and they have been dancing or in the whatever craft for certain amount of time. But what I'm hearing is it's a question of attitude, so that you don't get metaphorically or physically kicked or punched or ran over in that class, but finding a way to let yourself be immersed in that environment, which what you're saying is super, super important. And I think sometimes it's even hard to get into that, even if you are at the same technical level with the people that you're in the room. So I think I'm very happy that you brought that up, because it's not something I don't think I necessarily verbalized it before, but it's something we definitely here and there like start picking up unconsciously at the end. But like being aware of that and then doing that, I think it opens up a lot of possibilities. I think it also helps you to learn faster.
Yes. Yes, it wasn't possible for me at the time to catch their level. But I realized that, for example, even if I'm not that much fast to catch the jump on time with them, I should pretend that I'm catching it. So my energy should be on that jump, even if I'm not jumping really. For example, the choreography was like step, jump, and move to the right. Okay. I couldn't be so fast. I couldn't jump very well. I couldn't do it in the correct way, but I should step, pretend that I'm jumping, and also pretend that I'm turning to the right with them. I realized also during later, when I became more experienced and I could catch the classes, and I could finally dance professionally as well, I realized how important it is to be in your center, because you are giving yourself on stage. Even when you are performing professionally, you should be in your center. You should perform from your inside, be connected that much with your center, but at the same time, put all of your ego on the side and try to become part of a small society from dancers that they are on stage with you at that time. For me, when this is not happening, when it's not existing in a team, I really have hard times. I don't enjoy it that much. And in the opposite, when maybe I'm not so well at that day, maybe I am injured or whatever, if I feel the spirit of the team and this synchronized energy, I can feel the supporting from the others, and I can give also my support to the others. This is something that it is a collective action. And if we bring it to the real life, this is all we have. So for me, somehow, a dance class or a dance performance inside of a team, it is reflecting this kind of way of being around with others, let's say. Let's move forward if you don't have something more. Okay, let's talk about Augusto Boal. We will move a bit to the theater field, but he's talking also for musicians, for dancers, for designers, for human beings in general. Who is Augusto Boal and the theater of the oppressed? Augusto Boal was a Brazilian director, theatrical director, theater practitioner, and social activist, known as the founder of the Theater of the Oppressed. The Theater of the Oppressed was based on the pedagogy of the oppressed, which is a method of Paulo Freire, who was a Brazilian educator and philosopher known for his work in adult education and social justice. Nowadays, many people, they have been using his practice for primary education. So Augusto Boal and main work and contribution. He developed the Theater of the Oppressed in the 1970s in Brazil, aiming to turn theater into a tool for social change. He believed that all people are spectators who can act and change oppressive situations in their lives. His work combined theatrical art, psychology, and political action. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this is Julian Boal. It's the son of Augusto Boal. And this is a short video, not very, very, very short. I think it's around 10 minutes. If you want, we can watch it at the end. But if you are okay, we can watch it now. It is 6 ideas that change the world, he says. Can we go a bit back for the title? Because it's a very funny title, actually. 6 ideas that change the world. The show is over, the fight is on. So when the show is over for the Theater of the Oppressed, then is when the fight is on. What he means with that is that when a performance that comes from the method of the Theater of the Oppressed, when it is over, the audience is where they start to act differently in their everyday lives. And let's go to the next, forms. It's forum theater. Spectators participate and try out solutions to social problems. The audience can step into the scene and replace the characters to suggest solutions or actions. When Augusto Boal started the Theater of the Oppressed, he had a performance. I don't remember exactly in which city. I think it was in Brazil. And they had a performance showing to the audience. It was about, I think he was a farmer, and he took the guns and he went to the state, and with his gun he tried to fight for his rights, blah blah blah. When the show was over, it was just a theatrical play at that time. When the show was over, the audience, the locals of the village that they presented this performance, they needed to find solution for the problems. And they went to Augusto Boal and they said, okay, we have our guns. If you also can use your guns, they were fake guns on stage for the actors. And he said to Augusto, well, we can use our guns, you can use yours as well. Let's go and fight for our rights. People went to him to make action what he was telling them and make a real revolution. And then the Augusto Boal said to him, sorry, no. What you just saw, it was just a theatrical performance. And then this farmer, he told him, so you're lying to us. You are giving us the idea to become revolutionary, but when the time comes to become a revolutionary, you step back. So you're just an artist out of the problem, and you're just moving your finger to us. And this created a huge, let's say, it was there where Augusto Boal created the theater of the oppressed and the forum theater, where people can step on the scene, into the scene, and change the ending, let's say, of the performance. So they become spectators, they become also actors. We have also invisible theater, scenes staged in public spaces that provoke discussion without the audience knowing that it is theater. The goal is to start social discussion and show oppression or stereotypes. Example of that is a fighting couple, for example, in the street, that sparks reactions and discussions about gender, violence, etc. Image theater, the body creates images and that show oppression, feelings, conflicts, or social relationships, whatever you feel. You are, let's say, the performer, and you're taking a pose as in an image, and the audience is coming. And if you are oppressed, they are coming and they are changing this pose to you, trying to show how you can find solution to your problem inside of the society. Let's move forward. There is two more. Legislative theater combines forum theater and political action to suggest and make social or legal changes in real with the law, changing the law. The goal is the audience is not just watching, but becomes a participatory lawmaker. For example, for workers' for rights or for social justice. And there is also the rainbow of desire, focuses on psychological oppression and personal conflicts. The goal is participants explore their inner blocks, fears, and desires using symbolic images and actions. Let's go to the next. There are some quotes of Augusto Boal. Oppression is qualitatively one. There is no better oppression, there is just oppression. All human beings are actors because they act, and spectators because they observe. We should always try to become better than ourselves and never better than others. Theater should bring happiness and help us understand ourselves and our times better. Theater is a form of knowledge and should also be a way to change society. Theater can help us build the future instead of waiting for it passively. Whenever there is a word theater, you can just put the word art. This is applied for any kind of art. So the art itself, it's not the revolution, but it is the rehearsal for the revolution. And then we go to the next. I think this is the last for Augusto Boal. I will just read the last one. He says, I like to dream even when I know my dreams are impossible. The role of utopia is not to become reality, but to push us to try harder and go further and further. Being able to dream is by itself a dream that comes true. So for Augusto Boal, but also for me, to be able to dream, it is a dream that comes true in nowadays that everything is so hard and the depression of people has been in very high levels and everyone is feeling an empty space and all these things that are happening around the society about being different. All the people that they are facing, all these difficulties, when you are able to dream, it is really, really something that seems like a dream that comes true, though. And there is one last slide for the presentation. To be an artist. So art is not a mirror that reflects the world, but a hammer to shape it. This is from the poet Vladimir Mayakovsky. And one of my favorite ones, love the art in yourself, not yourself in the art. This is from Konstantin Stanislavski. And we are at the end of the presentation, at least. I would suggest you to watch the video of the Augustus Boal son. If you want, we can watch it now if we have time, or if you want, you can watch it later.
Attendez avant d'applaudir, vous savez jamais.
I don't think we can watch all of them. What can we do? I can send the video to everybody, and I can share also in the department.
Yes. Yes.
And we recommend them to watch because it's our time is, I think, finished.
It's limited. Yes, of course. Yes, we don't need to watch it now. It is a link that it is really inspiring for me, and I really like the way he talks about the things.
I will watch it, but I don't know about they will also watch.
I will share.
Cool. I would like to know your comments, your ideas, or your agreements, disagreements for things, and have a small discussion until we go to the end.
Who want to start? I can start. I really enjoy talking, thinking about this topic. There is lots of things that we pass through. It's like you said. There is no strict explanation, description of art or other things that we talk, but it's good to have different opinions. And I think your way of thinking, I can say it's too close to mine. I can really relate like everything you say. We were working also together before. I think maybe that's why this universe, connect us. I don't know. I really like, and thank you so much for preparing this presentation, sharing your experiences, giving your time, energy for us. I really enjoy it, and I would like to do it again. When you come, let's make it face to face.
When I will come, it will be practice. It will not be talking. It will be
Okay, we're talking.
in the class with just doing it.
Yes, my favorite. Who else?
Sorry. I lost a bit the last part. Maybe if you said something, I didn't hear it.
I said it's my favorite, not talking and just moving.
Yes, of course. But I didn't want to enter into techniques or practical things in this webinar because it's pointless. I'm here and you're there and we cannot connect physically. But I wanted to somehow give a piece of my inspiration or the things that they have been inspired me, at least, and they have been strengthening me in order to follow this path of becoming an artist. And I'm still trying to find sources for that. I don't think that you never reach this. You always go. It always goes. It never stops. Someone else? I cannot see. Oh, sorry. I cannot see your faces, so I don't have any feedback of your feelings.
We are all smiling.
That good.
One of the challenging parts of the online, and having so many people, and thankfully our IT folks are helping us with zooming in and zooming
I can see. Yeah.
Translate that. I was thinking I'm so glad our sound arts and design students got to meet you and hear about your research or approach in making and also being as an artist. I think it's very rare that, like I said at the beginning, you find that many different approaches synthesized in one person. So I think it's for that reason, just by itself, it's really valuable that you shared your experiences and in such a compact way. I think that's also really hard to do because we take time to digest, okay, what does this mean for me, let alone to communicate that to a group of people. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. It was really great for me as well. I'm really glad to be part of this, to connect. Is there someone else before we? Yes, please.
I have a question. How has music informed your dance practice, or how has dance informed your music practice as someone who's interdisciplinary?
Yeah. This disciplinary thing, I don't believe that it is something that I still have found the way to explain it. For me, art is one inside me. I mean, for example, I will answer to you through another path and then I will go to your question. For example, when I was writing poetry, they told me that this is poetry. I didn't know it. I was just writing for myself. And I realized that the way I am writing was also including pictures of a performer on stage. This was something that I didn't realize it before when I was doing it, but later, when people were reading my texts, they told me, whenever I read your text, I can see also a performer on stage. I can see pictures. And then I realized that whatever I want to express and I have in my mind, it has image, it has sound, it has words, it has everything somehow. And this is how the way I try to combine them also, not by, of course, technically you reach them differently. You have to train yourself in music, you have to train yourself in dance, in theater, in writing, in anything. They are technically different fields, but the way I approach them and I reach them, how to say, spiritually, let's say, it is the same. Whenever I sing, for example, or I write lyrics for a song, or I create a melody in my head, which is not so much. I mean, I'm starting now. I am on the beginning for this. Whenever I do that, I always have a picture of a performer on stage in my mind. Someone who is moving to these words that I am writing. Someone who is not like describing the words, but a body that feels this sound, a body that moves these words. I don't know if I answer your question because it is not clear for me as well, and I don't believe that it will never be. It will ever be. But I really do not approach them as something different. For me, it's the same. And what I'm trying to do now, I'm not really trying, but it happens by itself at the end. All of them, they come in the same center at the end, and they become as one. And I think that this is the next step that I will take as an artist, because now I'm working as a musician, I'm working as a dancer, I'm working as a whatever, as a writer. What I want now to do is creating pieces through improvisation that they include all of these forms of art together. That's the next probably step that I hope to make it soon. But yeah, the approachment is like they are giving to each other. They are feeding each other, let's say, somehow. Did I answer to your question?
You
I
did.
really tried.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I really tried hard to do that because it is something that exactly at that moment of my life, it is something that I'm trying to find as well and explain it with words.
I keep thinking about what you said, that it's all connected. In a sense, I understand, but in a way, I don't completely understand. It's one of those things that I guess will make more sense as time passes.
It helped me a lot to understand this also for myself. When I started entering to improvisation classes, here in Athens, we have a lot of events for improvisation for dancers. And when I started moving, I had an inner sound. Also, when I teach dance class, or Yildiz, she knows, I am making sounds. It helps me to keep the rhythm and the sound of the body, of the movement, let's say. When I move, for example, legato or staccato, or when I move in a landing way, I'm trying to combine the movement with the sound also. And sometimes I make the sound with my mouth. It helps me a lot to find the musicality. And as I said before, also when I'm singing or when I'm creating music, there is always a performer on stage in my mind as a picture. There was always a body. And I think that the body itself, it is the center. The sound comes from the body, the movement comes from the body, the words are coming from the mind, from the soul, from the heart, from the feelings. That's how I think that they can be combined and like not replacing one the other, but filling the empty spaces, let's say. Something like that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Sofia, for being with us.
Thank you as
Until
well.
the next one, take care and find that answers, because I will ask because I also want to know. If you find out, I don't need to think.
Well, To be honest, the answers are moving. We are moving. We are getting closer to something else. We are improving ourselves. So the answers are changing. We are changing, and this is what we should do as actually. So the next time we will meet, I hope it will be physically on stage, on a class, on a room, touch each other and work with each other and
Or in the
be.
border.
There is an idea with Becky that we would like to share with you if you want. I had an idea one day. I called him. I sent him, I think, an audio, and I said, Becky, I have an idea to share with you, and I would like to make it with you. But we are open, of course, for many artists. We have the idea of creating a green line open jam. In the green line, a jam for artists, people who make handmade clothes, handmade food, dancers, actors, singers, musicians, whatever. They jump. The scene is going to be a park, probably inside of the green line, something like that. And it will be something like a connection for the two communities, but also with each other. That's just an idea for the moment. Just to keep in mind, one day I hope we will make it. It's like a dream, but it is in our mind.
It will become reality. Just come.
Hey, let's hope for that.
Okay. Thank you again.
I'm really thankful to be with you. I hope I didn't make you feel tired or something. I hope I gave something from myself. I will be glad and thankful to give more with my physical present there. And I wish you all the best. I wish you to keep on your path, to keep your strength stable and develop it even more. And go for it.
Amen.
Teşekkür ederim.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
See you soon. Ciao.